And then, of course, Jacob being a deceiver. What we can learn from them is, we have to teach our kids what God expects about how we treat our siblings, our brothers and sisters. And, we're never going to get it perfect, and they're never going to be perfect about it.
No.
But ultimately, God can use our efforts, as feeble and frail as they sometimes may be, as long as we obey them in prayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they may fight like cats and dogs when they're in the house. I remember my brother and sister. But same thing with my own kids. I mean, good night. I've heard stories from when we weren't at home and the oldest one was supposed to be watching them and stuff that was going on. Later on, we find out when they're grown. But now those boys get together and they absolutely love getting together. And you don't always get to see that come to fruition until they're out of the house. But the hard work of, and I say, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal saying we got it all right, because we didn't. In fact, just some of the fighting that went on and the ways we handled it at times were not necessarily the most godly ways. And yet we wanted to do the right thing. We were trying to do the right thing, and God honors the effort, I think, and it comes to fruition in siblings that as they become of age and they're out of the house, they love those times together. There's a close family bond.
I think that we don't want to skip over that requirement, that necessity that we have as parents,
right,
to teach our kids what a good relationship looks like. Because they don't know. They're the only way, the best way for them to figure out what a relationship between siblings looks like is for it to be taught to them by their parents and modeled by their parents. They got sinful minds, and they're gonna act out of that sinful understanding. And if we can teach them, like this, our minds deceive ourselves. And so if we can teach them, this is what's actually happening, this is what's going on right now. You might not recognize it, but I do. I've been through experiences and been taught in Scripture what's right, and this is what's happening right now. And hopefully through that they can gain a godly perspective of the situations and the sibling relationships that they've got.